The mind is a powerful tool, but often we don't realize just how much influence it has over us. We wake up each day with hundreds of thoughts flooding our consciousness. Many of them are negative, fleeting, and self-limiting, and we often don't take the time to analyze them. The enemy works through these thoughts, planting seeds of doubt, fear, and worry. But what if I told you that the mind, when harnessed correctly, could be the very thing that propels you to greatness? When we take charge of our minds, we realize that we have the ability to change our reality, to transform our circumstances, and to step into a higher purpose. Let me tell you, friends, I've been there. I've woken up with that nagging voice inside my head telling me that I wasn't enough or that I couldn't accomplish what was before me. It's a voice we all know well, one that tells us we're not capable, we're not worthy, or that the dream is too big. But here's what I've learned. Your mind will always try to keep you in the safe zone. In the place of comfort is actually holding you back. You've got to confront those thoughts. You've got to take them head on and challenge every lie that comes against your potential. When we don't take control of our minds, when we allow negative thoughts to take root, we begin to live a life defined by fear and limitations. But when we recognize that our thoughts have power, we begin to understand that we can shape our destiny. Each thought is a seed, and it will either grow into something that fuels your purpose or something that stifles it. That's why it's crucial to master your mind, because the battle for your future begins right between your ears. Every choice you make, every decision, every action starts with a thought. So when you change the way you think, you literally change your life. Your mind is like a garden, and just like any garden, it needs tending. You don't just plant seeds and forget about them. No, you water them, nurture them, and protect them from weeds. In the same way, you must tend to your thoughts, filtering out the negative and choosing to plant seeds of faith, hope, and possibility. The more you guard your mind, the more you will see that positive thoughts, God-inspired thoughts, will start to take over. And this is not just some abstract idea, friends. This is biblical truth. The Word of God says in Philippians 4:8, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. We have the power to choose what we think about. We have the ability to direct our thoughts toward the good, toward the noble, and toward the truth that God has planted inside us. I've seen firsthand how mastering your thoughts changes everything. When you begin to take control of your mind, your perspective shifts. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You find strength in moments of weakness and peace in moments of chaos. The mind, when controlled and focused, becomes a weapon in your arsenal to accomplish what God has set before you. And not only that, but it becomes a source of energy, a source of vitality, a source of life. It's all connected, my friends. The power to transform your life starts right here in your mind. Energy is not something that just exists within the body. It's something that extends beyond us, touching every part of our lives, how we carry ourselves, how we interact with others, and even how we handle the most challenging circumstances. These are all impacted by the energy we project into the world. Energy is the driving force behind everything we do. Whether we realize it or not, it has the power to influence not just our own lives, but the lives of those around us as well. And it's a tool that we have the ability to control. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever been around someone who, despite their physical presence, just radiated energy? It could have been positive or negative, but you could feel it. Their energy was palpable. Maybe you've met someone who was so filled with light and hope that being near them lifted your spirits. Or maybe you've encountered someone whose negativity drained you before they even spoke a word. But this is the power of energy. But here's the thing, we often fail to realize how much of our energy we unconsciously waste. We get caught up in the hustle, in the pressure of the world, in the stress of our daily lives, and before we know it, we find ourselves drained, emotionally and mentally exhausted. We end up walking through life on autopilot, going through the motions without realizing that we've lost control of our own energy. And when that happens, we start to react instead of respond. We start to move through life as victims of our circumstances rather than creators of our reality. What if I told you that you have the power to control the energy you give out, and with it the power to shape your world? The energy you put into the universe is a reflection of what you think, what you believe, and what you are willing to accept in your life. When your mind is clear, your focus sharp, and your intentions pure, your energy becomes a force that can move mountains. It doesn't mean that life will be free from difficulties, but it means that your energy will allow you to approach each challenge with strength, determination, and wisdom. This is where the true power of energy comes in. It's the energy of intention. When you move with intention, when you act with purpose, fueled by a positive mindset and a heart full of faith, you don't just move through life, you lead it. You have the power to bring your dreams into reality. When you control your energy, you don't react to the world around you, you shape it. This is the kind of energy that draws people to you, that opens doors, and that creates opportunities out of seemingly impossible situations. But it all starts with awareness. You need to be aware of the energy you're carrying. You need to notice how your mood, your thoughts, and your emotions affect your energy. Are you moving through your day with a mindset of gratitude and positivity, or are you letting negativity seep in and drain you? It's easy to get caught up in the challenges of life, to feel like you're constantly battling against the odds. But when you shift your focus, when you choose to redirect your energy towards solutions instead of problems, toward hope instead of despair, that's when you tap into something truly powerful. Energy is contagious, my friends. Just as the negative energy of one person can bring a room down, the positive energy of one person can lift everyone around them. Your energy is a reflection of your mindset, and when you control your mindset, you control your energy. When you believe in your potential, when you trust that God has a plan for your life, you walk with a sense of purpose that ignites everything around you. This is why it's so important to be mindful of the energy you put out into the world, because it impacts more than just you. And remember, your energy isn't just about being positive all the time. It's about being aligned with your truth, with what God has called you to do and being ready to channel that energy toward your purpose. When you connect with that deeper part of yourself, when you align your energy with the will of God, your life becomes a living testament to His power and grace. You begin to move through this world not just as a person, but as a force for good, a beacon of light in a dark world. So I want to ask you today, what kind of energy are you carrying? Are you letting life drain you, or are you taking control of your energy and using it to build a future you know you were meant to create? The choice is yours. You have the power to shape your world, to transform your life, and to become a source of energy that lifts others up. The energy you give out is the energy you receive. And when you master it, you unlock a life full of purpose, power, and potential. When it comes to mastering your energy and controlling your mind, you must first recognize that your thoughts and feelings are interconnected. What you think directly impacts how you feel, and how you feel in turn shapes the energy you put out into the world. Think about it. When you're upset or angry, how does that affect the people around you? When you're filled with fear or self-doubt, do you feel empowered to take bold action, or do you find yourself paralyzed, unable to move forward? Our minds can be the biggest obstacle to our success, but they can also be the biggest asset if we learn to control them. There's a powerful truth that I've come to understand over the years. Thoughts become things. Every thought you entertain has the potential to manifest in your reality. Whether you realize it or not, you're constantly sending out vibrations into the world based on the energy that you create in your mind. It's like sending out a signal into the universe, and the universe responds in kind. If your mind is filled with thoughts of lack, scarcity, or fear, that's the energy you'll attract into your life. But if you replace those thoughts with ones of abundance, possibility, and faith, that's the energy that will begin to shape your experiences. That's why it's so important to guard your mind. You must learn to be aware of your thoughts, especially the negative ones. You must be vigilant, like a soldier on guard duty, protecting your mind from the attacks of negativity and doubt. The enemy knows that if he can control your thoughts, he can control your life. But the moment you decide to take control of your thoughts, the moment you choose to replace fear with faith, doubt with belief, and despair with hope, you start to shift the very foundation of your existence. This doesn't mean you won't face challenges. Life will still throw you curveballs. You will still encounter moments of uncertainty. The more you choose to focus on empowering thoughts, the more natural it becomes to see the opportunities in every situation, rather than being overwhelmed by the obstacles. Let me tell you, there's power in choosing what to focus on. The world is full of distractions, chaos, and negativity. But you have the choice to either give your attention to those things or to focus on what truly matters. When you choose to focus on your purpose, on your goals, and on the positive aspects of your life, your focus becomes laser sharp, and your actions are deliberate and intentional. Now, this isn't a one-time thing. This is an ongoing process, a daily practice. Every morning you have to wake up and decide what your mind will focus on. Every day you have to make the decision to replace any negative thoughts with affirmations of success, strength, and peace. And as you do this, you begin to see the world through a different lens. You start to see opportunities where others see only problems. You start to feel a sense of peace and clarity that others may not understand. And most importantly, you start to attract the things that align with the energy and mindset you've created. This is not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about aligning your thoughts, energy, and actions with the purpose God has given you. When you take control of your mind, when you master your energy, you begin to live in alignment with your divine purpose. Your life becomes a reflection of the dreams and promises that God has placed in your heart. You stop living reactively at the mercy of whatever comes your way, and instead you begin to live proactively, choosing to create the future you desire. Remember, every decision, every step you take starts with your thoughts. Master your thoughts, master your energy, and you'll see the world begin to transform before your very eyes. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's a law of nature. Your thoughts create your reality, and the energy you put out will come back to you. It's time to take control of your mind, take control of your energy, and take control of your destiny. When you learn to master your energy, you unlock the door to greater self-awareness. You begin to recognize that energy doesn't just exist outside of you, but it emanates from within. It starts with understanding that you are the source of your own energy. Your thoughts, your beliefs, and your emotions are all fuel that shape the way you interact with the world. Think about it for a moment. When you wake up in the morning, the energy you carry throughout the day is set by your mindset. If you wake up tired, frustrated, or overwhelmed, that energy influences the way you approach everything that comes your way. But on the flip side, if you wake up with gratitude, purpose, and a sense of clarity, you approach life with a different energy altogether. What many of us fail to realize is how much control we truly have over our internal energy. It doesn't matter what the world throws at you. You can choose how to react, how to process, and how to move forward. The energy you bring into any situation determines the outcome. This is the power of awareness. When you are aware of your internal energy, you gain the ability to consciously shift it in any direction you choose. There have been countless times in my own life when I faced seemingly insurmountable challenges. Times when the weight of the world seemed unbearable. I remember standing at a crossroads in my life, feeling like I had nothing left to give, when suddenly I had a revelation. The energy I was carrying, my thoughts and emotions, were influencing everything around me. I realized that I could either stay stuck in a cycle of negativity or choose to break free by altering my mindset. That moment, that realization was the turning point. I decided then and there to no longer allow external circumstances to dictate my inner state. Instead, I chose to tap into my inner strength, to be intentional with the energy I was projecting, and to take control of the narrative of my life. Oh, when you take ownership of your internal energy, something incredible happens. You stop reacting to the world around you, and instead you begin to create your own reality. This doesn't mean that life will be without struggle, but it means that you will approach the struggle differently. You approach it with a mindset of power, understanding that you are capable of overcoming whatever comes your way. You become aware of the negative patterns that might drain your energy and consciously replace them with thoughts, actions, and attitudes that feed your spirit. The more you practice this, the more your ability to control your energy becomes second nature. Now, the key aspect of mastering your energy is understanding that you are responsible for what you give to others. Every interaction, every conversation, every moment with someone is an exchange of energy. And you must ask yourself, what kind of energy am I giving? Are you lifting others up, inspiring them to be better? Or are you draining them with negativity, complaints, and frustrations? This is an area where many of us fall short. We're quick to focus on how others affect our energy, but we rarely stop to consider how our own energy is impacting those. The truth is, when you are aware of your energy, you begin to realize that you hold the power to elevate those around you. Whether it's a conversation with a loved one, a colleague at work, or even a stranger you meet in passing, your energy has the potential to influence their day, their mood, and even their life. When you radiate positivity, hope, and love, you inspire others to do the same. You create a ripple effect that can spread far beyond what you can see. Imagine if every person you met left with a little more hope, joy, or motivation to keep going. Imagine the world we would live in if we all took responsibility for the energy we put into it. This also goes hand in hand with the concept of emotional intelligence. Mastering your energy means learning to understand and regulate your emotions. Emotions are natural. They come and go like waves crashing on the shore. But it's how we respond to them that matters. If you allow anger, fear, or frustration to take control, you give away your power. But if you learn to recognize those emotions and process them consciously, you take back control. You begin to operate not from a place of reaction, but from a place of intention. You can't always control the circumstances that life throws your way, but you can control your response to them. When you cultivate this awareness, you become like a calm, steady force in the midst of chaos. Your energy becomes a source of peace in the storm, a guiding light that keeps you focused and grounded, no matter what comes your way. This is the beauty of mastering your energy. It doesn't matter how many challenges life presents. You become unshakable, anchored in your sense of purpose and in the truth that you have the power to move through it all. Mastering your energy is not just about controlling the internal forces that influence your own life. It's about recognizing the impact that energy has on your environment and the people around you. When you become more attuned to your own energy, you start to see how contagious it is. Have you ever been in a room where someone walked in and immediately you could feel the tension or negativity? The flip side, have you experienced walking into a space where the energy was uplifting, calm and welcoming? You can almost feel the weight lift off your shoulders just from being in the presence of someone who is calm, positive, and clear-minded. That's the power of energy at work. It's not something we just carry within ourselves. It's something that radiates outward. Hey, think about it. You are constantly sending signals, whether you realize it or not. Your energy communicates your thoughts, your moods, your intentions, even when you're not speaking. People pick up on this. We all do. That's why sometimes, even without words, we can sense when someone is upset, frustrated, or defeated. And conversely, when you walk into a room and people are excited, full of life and optimistic, it's contagious. You start to feel it too, don't you? The energy you carry affects those around you. And it's your responsibility to be mindful of that energy. This concept also applies to how you interact with challenges in your life. There are days when everything seems to be falling apart. The bills pile up. Relationships feel strained, and you're not sure which way to turn. But how you choose to handle these situations affects your energy and ultimately the outcomes. If you approach every challenge with frustration, anger, or fear, those feelings become embedded in your energy field. They cloud your thoughts and can lead to decisions that are based on emotions rather than logic or purpose. But if you can step back, find your center, and approach that same challenge with calmness, patience, and clarity, you're more likely to find solutions. Not only do you create an environment of calm around you, but you also begin to make better choices that help you navigate through adversity with grace. Another important aspect of mastering your energy is recognizing the power of your intentions. Your energy is shaped by your intentions, which are the underlying force that propels your thoughts and actions. When you set your intentions with clarity, purpose, and focus, you are able to channel your energy in a way that aligns with your goals. Let me tell you something. Intentions are not just wishful thinking. They are powerful, deliberate forces that shape the course of your life. When your intentions are clear, your actions are decisive. You are no longer moving aimlessly through life. You are moving with direction and purpose. This is where many people falter. They lack clear intentions, and as a result, their energy is scattered. They are pulled in every direction, overwhelmed by the demands of life, unsure of what they truly want, and constantly chasing after things that don't align with their purpose. When you're uncertain about your intentions, your energy becomes diluted, and it can be hard to stay focused on what truly matters. But when you set your intentions, whether it's to grow in your career, to deepen relationships, to improve your health, or to contribute to a cause, you begin to filter your thoughts, actions, and energy toward that goal. Your energy becomes magnetized, drawing you closer to the outcomes you desire. The most successful and fulfilled people in the world, whether in their personal lives or professional endeavors, all understand this principle. They've learned to manage their energy intentionally. They don't just let life happen to them. They actively shape their experiences through their energy, their thoughts, and their intentions. They understand that energy is the fuel for momentum. When your energy is focused and aligned with your deepest desires and values, you begin to move forward with purpose toward the life you've always dreamed of. But mastering your energy doesn't mean suppressing emotions or avoiding the challenges that life throws your way. It means learning how to process and release negative emotions without letting them control you. It means acknowledging that life can be tough, but choosing to rise above it with faith, hope, and resilience. When you get to that point, when you begin to see the power of mastering your energy, you realize that you can create the life you desire, no matter what comes your way. And you begin to approach every situation, every person, and every challenge with the knowledge that you have the power to reshape your reality through your energy and mindset. This is your journey. It's a journey of awareness, of intention, and of empowerment. When you choose to master your energy, you choose to take control of your life. You choose to become a force of nature, grounded, focused, and unstoppable. The energy you bring into the world is the energy that will shape your life. Choose it wisely. Mastering your energy requires a deep understanding of the relationship between energy and thought. It's vital to recognize that the thoughts you choose to entertain have a direct impact on the energy you carry and project. Your mind is the gateway to your energy. It is the center of your power. Every single thought you have influences the energy you create in your life. Positive, empowering thoughts generate high vibrational energy, while negative, self-defeating thoughts can lead to a depletion of your energy. This is why controlling your mind is not just a strategy for achieving success, but a fundamental way to protect and conserve your energy. This doesn't mean you should suppress negative thoughts. Instead, it's about learning to recognize them, understand their origin, and then consciously choose to release them. By doing so, you free yourself from their grip and open yourself up to a more positive, vibrant energy that propels you toward your goals. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you are stuck in a negative thought cycle? Maybe you found yourself replaying a conversation in your head, overanalyzing every word, or worrying about what might go wrong in the future. When you allow these thoughts to dominate your mind, your energy becomes scattered and unproductive. Your focus narrows and you become paralyzed by fear or doubt. But when you shift your focus, when you actively choose to replace those thoughts with affirmations of strength, gratitude, and purpose, you change the direction of your energy. Your thoughts create your reality. So make sure the thoughts you entertain are aligned with the person you wish to become. One of the most powerful tools you have in mastering your energy is the ability to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment, of observing your thoughts without judgment and then redirecting your focus to what is in front of you. This practice helps you gain control over your mind rather than letting your mind control you. When you are fully present, you can tune into your internal energy and become aware of how your thoughts are influencing it. By being mindful of your energy in the present moment, you can make conscious choices to shift it when necessary. Additionally, it's crucial to recognize the connection between the mind and body, your physical health, plays a significant role in how your energy is experienced and projected. If your body is exhausted, drained, or unwell, your energy will reflect that. If your mind is clouded with stress, anxiety, or overwhelm, it manifests physically as tension, fatigue, and illness. When you commit to nurturing your body through proper nutrition, exercise, and rest, you improve the overall flow of energy in your life. A healthy body supports a sharp, clear mind. And a clear mind helps you control and direct your energy with precision and purpose. In this journey of mastering your energy, the key is to develop the discipline to control your thoughts and your actions. It's not enough to merely wish for a life of positivity and high energy. You must create it. It's about being intentional every single day. You have to actively choose how you will show up in each moment. When challenges arise, when life seems unfair, or when your mind tries to drift back into negative patterns, you have to remind yourself, I am in control of my energy. I can redirect my thoughts, I can adjust my focus, and I can choose how I respond. It is in those moments of discipline that true mastery is forged. And here's the beauty of it. This is a skill that can be cultivated. It doesn't matter where you are today or how much you've struggled in the past. Mastering your energy is a practice, not a destination. Each day is an opportunity to refine your ability to control your thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's about learning to be aware of the energy you're carrying, the thoughts you're entertaining, and the impact you're having on the world around you. With consistent effort over time, you'll find that your energy becomes more refined, more aligned, and more powerful. It will no longer feel like a struggle. Instead, it will feel like a natural extension of who you are. A person who is empowered, focused, and in control. When you master your energy, you tap into an incredible source of strength and resilience. Your mind becomes sharper, your actions become more purposeful, and you are no longer held back by fear or uncertainty. You are driven by clarity, fueled by intention, and unstoppable in your pursuit of success. You become the person who creates the life they desire because you understand the profound connection between mind, body, and energy. The control of your mind and energy is the gateway to limitless potential. When you start to master your energy, you realize that it's not just about managing your inner world. It's about understanding that energy is the very essence of everything around you. It's the force that drives relationships, business ventures, and personal growth. The people you surround yourself with can either uplift or drain you. And the same goes for environments, situations, and even media you consume. Energy is everywhere, and it has an impact on you, whether you're aware of it or not. Imagine for a moment that you're walking into a room full of people who are gossiping, complaining, and radiating negativity. How does that environment affect your energy? Does it leave you feeling inspired and motivated, or does it drain you, leaving you overwhelmed and unsettled? Now consider walking into a space where the atmosphere is calm, positive, and filled with optimism. The energy is different, isn't it? Your own energy responds to that environment, and it can either enhance or diminish depending on the energy you encounter. This is where your ability to control your own energy becomes paramount. You need to recognize the power of your own energy in shaping your life and your experiences. If you want to stay positive and resilient, you must learn how to shield yourself from draining influences. This doesn't mean isolating yourself from the world or avoiding difficult conversations, but rather becoming more discerning about where and how you invest your energy. You must protect your peace by being mindful of who and what you allow into your life. This also involves knowing when it's time to say no. Saying no isn't just about avoiding what doesn't serve you, it's a declaration of self-respect. When you say no to things, people, or situations that threaten your energy or peace of mind, you're actively making room for what truly matters. It's a reminder that you have the right to create boundaries that protect your inner well-being. Another aspect of mastering your energy is being intentional about the energy you bring to others. You see, we are all part of a much larger whole. And just as you are affected by the energy of those around you, so too are you influencing the energy of others. Your words, your actions, your mindset, these are all forms of energy that are being transmitted to others. Whether you realize it or not, people pick up on your energy and it impacts their mood decisions. This is why it's so crucial to choose your energy carefully. When you bring positivity, kindness, and encouragement into your interactions, you raise the energy of everyone you encounter. You become a source of light, inspiration, and empowerment. However, it's not just about being positive for the sake of it. There will be times when life challenges you, when you feel discouraged or even angry. The key is acknowledging those emotions without letting them control you. Emotions are natural, they're a part of being human. But when you recognize them, sit with them, and allow yourself to feel them, you then regain control of your energy. You become the master of it, rather than letting it become the master of you. You can choose how long to stay in that state, and whether you're going to let it drain you or use it as fuel to push forward. Mastering your energy also means developing resilience. Life will throw challenges your way, and there will be obstacles that seem insurmountable. However, when you are in tune with your energy, you begin to realize that those challenges are merely opportunities for growth. Instead of viewing them as threats, you start to see them as stepping stones on the path to your purpose. Resilience isn't about avoiding pain. It's about using that pain to build inner strength and develop a deeper understanding of yourself and your purpose. The more you practice mastering your energy, the more you become aligned with your true self. You start to recognize that energy isn't something external that you have to chase. It's something that radiates from within you. As you become more self-awareness and intentional about your energy, you begin to attract the right people, opportunities, and experiences into your life. You are no longer reactive, but rather proactive. You don't wait for things to happen. You create the conditions for your success by aligning your energy with your deepest intention. You may face times of doubt, times when it feels like everything is falling apart, but it is in those moments that your ability to control your energy will be most tested and most important. When the world feels like it's crumbling around you, this is the moment to dig deep. This is the moment to tap into the power of your energy and your mind. The clearer you are, the more focused you become. And the more focused you are, the more momentum you build towards success. Mastering your energy isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about waking up every day with the intention of being your best self, no matter the circumstances. Each day is a new opportunity to refine your focus, protect your peace, and align your energy with your greater purpose. The sharper you become, the clearer your path will be. And as your energy becomes more refined and deliberate, so will your life. You will be the force that shapes your reality, the creator of your destiny. Your energy will carry you to places you've only dreamed of. And it all starts within you. In closing, let me leave you with this. Mastering your energy and controlling your mind isn't just a choice. It's a lifestyle, a way of living with intention and purpose. Every thought you think, every action you take is an opportunity to either empower or drain your energy. But when you decide to align your thoughts, your energy, and your actions with who you want to become, you unlock an incredible power within you. You have the ability to shape your reality, to rise above challenges, and to become the person who attracts success, peace, and joy. You don't have to wait for life to give you the right circumstances. You create those circumstances with your energy, your focus, and your resilience. You control how you respond to the world, and in doing so, you control the world around you. So, as you step out into the world today, take with you this truth. You are the master of your energy. Protect it, nurture it, and use it wisely. The sharper you are, the clearer you think, and the more powerful your life will become. Let every moment be a reminder that you are a force of nature, equipped with the ability to turn your dreams into reality. The energy you carry is a reflection of the greatness that lies within you. Now go out there with focus and determination and let your energy lead you to your highest potential.